This is a rap about the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Came into force in 1985. It set the course for Canadian rights to thrive. Changed our courts and the way we survive. It's about more than torts, it affects your life. Its various sections are perfection. Civil protection, got government direction. The Charter is smarter than all other legislation. It literally made us a free, liberal nation. Section number 1 I'll cover later. For now, section 2, because it's greater. It makes me free, religiously. Without section 2A, the church could hurt me. Section 2B grants free expression, prevents oppression and voter suppression. Section 2C grants peaceful assembly. Section 2D grants association free. There are fundamental rights, instrumentals tight. These next set are democratic like the suffrage fight. Section 3 lets me vote whoever floats my boat. One of the best ever wrote. It's our democratic castle moat. It's Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's Canadian Charter, Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. It's Canadian Charter, Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's Canadian Charter, Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. Section 6, Mobility Rights, grant the ability of flights to all Canadian sites. They let us leave a province or visit a territory. They lack prominence, but it'd be a horror story if we lost mobility rights and caused global flights and raised sniper sites like some windswept kites. Section 7 is political heaven. It reduced 99 problems to less than 11. Section 8 is great, so don't hate. Prevents the state from snagging a warrant late and searching me early. They cannot hurt me. He grounds to search me, cause I'll end up in a hearse. They can't touch your purse. Hear my verse. When a cop ignores rights, I curse. The war on drugs should be a war on poverty. I hate when cop dogs just fucking bother me. Section 7 prevents the death penalty quite pleasantly, so forget strike 3. This ain't Texas, we don't have death row. The state can't wreck us if we're guilty, bro. It's Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's Canadian Charter, Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. It's Canadian Charter, Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's Canadian Charter, Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. It's Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So important, so about it I'll teach them. It's a Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's a Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. Section 7 to 14 are legal rights. Section 9 is fine, do no time for no crime. The 10th section, upon detention, come into play. Forgot to mention Section 12 protects yourself. Torture is illegal in a prison cell. In my slaves or hell, that you can tell. This next section swell. Section 15, equality rights are like a dream. Fuck the KKK, go the hell away. I'll scream if you visit my country. A game where I'll equal inside and out, whether big or step, with wigs or without. So as you relax to this track, know the Charter's got your back, and our Constitution recognizes that. I'm proud to be Canadian for that fact. Section 33 and number 1 allow rights to reasonably be undone. If the legislators use the notwithstanding clause, they should probably pause, repeal the voters clause. Fuck racist laws, we're way above that. Feed oppressors to jaws and make that shark fat. Shout to the prof, you let my spirit off. It's the most creative project I've had in the schwa. This Charter is great to make it better. Include economic rights, entrench them forever. Then the people can be free. Shout to Tupac, cause he's a G. It's Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's a Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. It's a Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and you know these rights, you cannot beat them. It's a Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It's important, so about it I'll teach them. Thank you very much for watching.